think people are already going to be having guesses at what you're going to be wearing on Halloween?
I think there might be, yeah. I'm not sure it's going to show up very well, but I do know it's something people want to wear for a while. Stranger Things is one of those shows that's seemingly custom made to cultivate a rabid, frothing at the mouth audience who will ravenously consume any and all information related to it. Something that was kind of a problem when they got around to filming season 2 of Stranger Things because no one working on the show had any idea how to keep a secret.
I suppose that does make sense. Like, when they were filming Stranger Things season 1, why would they have to keep that a secret?
Exactly, because at that point in time, say it with me, Brad, nobody knew what Stranger Things was. As a result of this, the entire season was shot kind of in a bubble, and the cast and crew were almost hilariously inept when it came to keeping secrets about the show or its plot. Since we're talking about Stranger Things today, and because this is my channel and because I can, let's just take a minute to talk about David Harbour, because that guy is a don. And his donness needs to be discussed in explicit detail, which we're going to do right fucking now.
I'm perfectly happy to stop and talk about him for a minute.
We should do it in every video, I think. Just take a minute to talk about David Harbour.
David Harbour minute.
Like, what did David Harbour do today? That was fucking awesome. So a couple of months ago, he was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go see some penguins. So yeah, just retweet this 500,000 times, and Greenpeace will let me go see some penguins, and I'll dad dance next to some penguins." And they did it.
I don't know if they like it.
He has got an S rank on Twitter as fucking David Harbour. That guy's amazing. Like, people keep tweeting at him saying, how many retweets do I get you to come to my prom? He's like, 20,000, and he does it. And he turns up, and someone's asked him, like, oh, what would it take to get you to officiate my wedding as Hellboy? He's Hellboy now. Like, the new Hellboy movie, that's David Harbour. And I don't know if he's made it yet, but it was like a few days ago, and yeah, like 50,000 retweets or whatever, and I'll turn up in full costume and officiate the wedding.
Do you reckon we could tweet him and be like, how many tweets would it take for you to turn up for David Harbour minute?
Oh my god, that'd be great. A minute. No, because he'd have to fly all the way over here and I'd feel really bad.
I wouldn't. We get David Harbour.
He's so fucking cool. I love it. He's so cool. So we've already talked about his Twitter and how everything on there is, like, you know, absolute gold. But we need to give a big shout out to that time he had a beef with the dictionary. Because that was amazing. Because the dictionary, like, tweeted out, like, the word of the day, dad bod. And then he put up a picture of David Harbour as the definition of dad bod. And he was like, oh, come on. Why you got to treat me like this, dictionary? Hey!
What the hell is wrong with you?
So back to Stranger Things and their ineptitude at keeping secrets.
Of course.
What kind of things they do to sort of spill the beans early on?
My favourite is that they used to throw scripts just straight in the rubbish. So, you know, if they'd have done that today, anyone could just fish that shit out of the trash and, like, get the entire plot of an episode immediately. But obviously, because no one knew what Stranger Things was, they didn't care. So they just, like, you know, threw scripts into the trash where anyone could find them. And the cast and crew would openly discuss plot points and details in public places because they knew, like, no one around them knew what the fuck they were talking about. Obviously, when the time came to film Stranger Things Season 2, this kind of shit wouldn't fly. However, when they started filming Season 2, because Season 1's filming schedule being so, well, chill, nobody knew how to keep things secret.
It's not that hard to keep a secret, though, is it?
Between 2 people, no. Between 200-300 people, yes. And that was the issue, because obviously, you can tell the cast and crew just don't talk about Stranger Things, don't tell people what the plot's about, make them sign NDAs, that's fine. What the producers and, like, the creators had trouble with was, okay, how do we stop everything else? How do we stop people, like, you know, rifling through our trash and stealing our scripts? How do we stop people from, like, you know, just taking stuff off set? So what they did, and this is true, they contacted the producers of Game of Thrones and asked them how they kept things secret.
To be honest, there's no better people you can contact, really, is there?
Yeah, about keeping a secret when making a TV show, because Game of Thrones, people who don't know, do some pretty extreme shit to stop people finding out plot details about upcoming seasons. And my favourite being that they sometimes just film fake scenes.
We did fake some scenes where we knew the paparazzi was around, so they'd take photos and that would get on the internet.
What a pain in your ass that is. I mean, really.
Like, they will get actors in, pay them, dress them up, but don't put any film in the camera, and just film scenes on location where they know paparazzi's gonna be. So people say, oh yeah, here's Jon Snow in a field somewhere, whatever could this mean? And it turns out they just sent Kit Harington to a fucking field to just stand there like a lemon, reading fake lines on a fake script in front of a camera with no film in it, to fool people into thinking, oh wow, what's this? Well, they go and film the actual scene they want for an upcoming episode somewhere else in secret.
See, I'd massively troll. I'd do a scene in the middle of a desert with Kit Harington making out with Sean Bean.
Do you know what I'd do? I'd just bring Sean Bean back.
Yeah.
I would just bring back actors who've been killed and bring them to set and make them walk around.
Yeah.
Because have you heard like Marvel do this sometimes? Like Yondu, so for spoilers, like Yondu's dead. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy he dies. But what they did is for Avengers Infinity War, they invited him on set to walk around. Because obviously they were filming that while they were filming Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to stop people from realising that he's going to die in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They got him, invited him to set and told him to take strategic selfies on set wearing like the Infinity War hat and post them on Instagram so people thought he was going to be in Infinity War so they didn't know he'd die. That's next level shit, that isn't it? That's how you keep a fucking secret, man. That's the kind of shit that, you know, the makers of Stranger Things needed to know about.
Okay.
So what do the creators of Game of Thrones advise them to do?
One of the first things, like, you know, Game of Thrones producers told the producers of Stranger Things to start doing is burn all your scripts. Every time you've got a script and you're not using it, burn that shit. Get rid of it. Do not throw it away because someone will rifle through your trash, find it and post that shit online. And the second thing they told them to do is start speaking in code, which apparently annoyed the shit out of, like, you know, the young actors on set because they had to learn what this code was, and that allowed them to discuss plot points when they were out in public or like doing interviews or whatever without giving anything away.
What can you tell us?
Not much.
No?
Nah. Spoilers.
Anything at all? Anything at all?
Spoilers? Definitely not.
In addition to all of this, the producers of the second season of Stranger Things were advised by the producers of Game of Thrones to enact strict security protocols so that plot details could be hidden from the public at large.
What kind of protocols are we talking about?
Well, you've got the standard level stuff like hiring security guards to stop people from wandering around set or bursting into, like, you know, actors' trailers and shit like that. But then you've got like next level stuff like they do on Game of Thrones, where they like hide actors behind screens when they're filming certain scenes, and in some cases filming entire fake scenes like they're making a Marvel movie or some shit. On top of all of these problems, a further problem encountered by the producers of Season 2 of Stranger Things that they'd never encountered during Season 1 was fans.
Why were the fans a problem?
Well, in addition to, like, you know, turning up when they were filming scenes and, like, you know, trying to decipher plot details that way, the producers and the creators of it, the Duffer Brothers, were keenly aware that any and all plot details that got leaked would be ravenously consumed and broken down by fans on the internet who would then be able to piece together what the next season was going to be about.
Yeah, they're amazing at putting together
It's
like,
crazy.
details from nothing.
It's insane what people can work out from, like, the tiniest detail. Like, my favourite is soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like, soundtracks for movies getting released and people like, oh, okay, this character dies. I think the one that always gets me is The Phantom Menace, where the soundtrack got released like 3 weeks before the movie. And one of the songs on it's called like Qui-Gon's End or something.
I mean, that's a bit more explicit.
Yeah, so Qui-Gon Jinn dies, great, fantastic. Or all those ones you hear about toys, where toys ruin the movie.
The most common one for that is Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll go through the toys and they'll have the name of the character on the toys. So they're like, well, we know who this person is. We know why they're there.
And we know they're going to be in the movie because you won't release a toy for them otherwise.
A bit like Snoke. Everyone was like, oh, who's the mysterious Snoke? And
And
he
they
just
just
died.
release a fucking toy of it. I hope they have like a bit where you can press, like, you know, like the Action Man, where you flick a button on his back and he spins his fist round. The one with Snoke, you press it and he falls in half. Comes with disappointing falling action. Puh. No, what they need to do is they need to get the Princess Leia T-posing one. They need to get that. And it needs to come on like a string. You attach it to a drone and fly around. Oh my god.
He'll do that thing that the old dolls used to do where you tip them upright and their eyes open and close. Hers does that when she tips up her eyes open.
Her arms go into a T-pose.
She opens T-pose. Then...
No, you know what you do? You strap it to the top of a Hot Wheels track. Just attaching a Princess Leia T-pose toy to a Hot Wheels track and making it crash into just Kylo Ren's. Getting back to the idea of fans painstakingly pouring through any and all details revealed about Season 2 of Stranger Things and using that to basically predict what the plot was going to be, the Duffer Brothers were so terrified of this happening they went as far to lie about the titles of individual episodes.
I find it hard to believe you could piece together an entire season story arc just from the title.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? The Duffer Brothers were originally like, incredulous that such a thing could happen until they saw that exact thing happen with Westworld. So what they did is like, no, fuck that, we're not having that happen to us. So they changed the titles, like, you know, late in production as the episodes like went onto Netflix to stop people from doing that. So I think a quote from them is, people on the internet are so damn fucking smart. To stop all of this happening, the Duffer Brothers did what any large penis creative types would do and just told big lies to everybody to throw fans and journalists off the scent. And I guess it kind of worked because, as far as I'm aware, nobody really managed to leak or find out the plot of Stranger Things Season 2 before it all hit Netflix. Then again, it's kind of annoying that someone didn't do that because then they could have warned us in advance about that shitty 7th episode that was a crappy, obvious backdoor pilot to a series that no one wanted or cares about. So we talked a lot about Stranger Things today, but I kind of want to talk more about the Marvel movies and Infinity War, because what role can we get for David Harbour? You laugh, Brad, but I'm being serious, and I know he's playing Hellboy, but fuck it, that's a different comic book universe. It's not like other actors haven't already done that. We've got, what, Lawrence Fishburne, who's in Superman and Ant-Man. We've got Ryan Reynolds, who is in The Green Lantern, the X-Men movies, Deadpool, and Blade 3. People always forget he's in Blade, but he's in Blade 3. He's been in 4 fucking movies. Why can't David Harbour be in 2? So who should it be?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is The Thing, but then you don't get to see his face.
Yeah, but I don't care. I just want him to be in the movie. But that'd be actually pretty good.
He could be The Thing.
He could be The Thing, because they are bringing the Fantastic Four in it.
Well, they've bought it now, haven't they?
Yeah, they own it now. They own that shit forever. Do you know what they should do? They should bring back Chris Evans and make him play Johnny Storm.
They should meet. They should be like, you're quite a handsome man. Thank you, you too.
They should absolutely 100% do that.
Well, the way they do that is after the whole Infinity War thing, they're going to need a new big scope. That's where you bring in the multiverse. And all of these films that we've seen over the past, like, century have all happened in different universes.
We're even going to bring back Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
All the way back.
Yeah.
Bring back Nick Cage. Man, they should bring everyone back.
Yeah.
All the Warriors. They should do it, man. That'd be fucking amazing.
I would certainly watch a film with Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, teamed with Lou Ferrigno, and that's Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh man, you got to do it. So you got Leopardon, giant Japanese spider robots. That's so. I want more shit like that in, man. Everyone, bring them all in. I don't give a fuck. Disney's got enough money. Do it.
That means Blade can come back.
Well, Wesley Snipes wants to come back as Blade, and every now and again he keeps tweeting out #Make America Blade again. And it's not working. I'm sorry, Wesley. It's not happening. Pay your taxes. But he keeps trying. But if they brought Blade back and they brought in Deadpool, then we know that Ryan Reynolds could he could meet Blade and go, and Blade say, "You remind me of someone I once knew." And there's the wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, and then Deadpool would just say, "Oh, it's because Ryan Reynolds appeared in your film."
I want to see. Oh, and then David Harbour comes in, and he's. Oh no, who's the ultimate?
He's just coming as David Harbour. Make a new superhero. They should do
David
a comic book called David Harbour.
David Harbour, man.
Yeah.
He could do it.